The silent withdrawal. The story opens with Commander Jake sitting in the abandoned Earth Defense Station, watching the last human transport ships disappear into the void. 3 years ago, the Galactic Council had delivered their ultimatum. Humanity was too aggressive, too unpredictable to remain in civilized space. The major alien powers, the proud Vex Empire, the ancient Keth Dominion, and the cunning Ral Federation, had all agreed. Humans were banished to the Outer Rim, forbidden from entering core systems. Most humans accepted this exile with quiet dignity. They packed their belongings, closed their embassies, and withdrew from galactic society. The aliens watched with satisfaction as human colonies went dark one by one, their communication signals fading to silence. The galaxy breathed easier without the chaotic influence of these young, violent creatures. But what the aliens didn't know was that humanity had a plan. Dr. Lisa, the lead scientist of Project Silent Thunder, stood before a massive holographic display showing a dead planet designated as Kepler 442c. The world was perfect for their needs, isolated, resource-rich, and completely forgotten by galactic civilization. As human fleets converged on this distant world, she explained to the gathered engineers and military leaders that they weren't just building a new home. They were building the greatest weapon the galaxy had ever seen. The planet itself would become their warship. Admiral Tom nodded grimly as he reviewed the construction timeline. Phase 1 involved hollowing out the planet's core and installing massive fusion reactors. Phase 2 would add planetary-scale weapon systems. Phase 3 would create the propulsion system that could move an entire world through space. The project would take decades, but humanity had something their alien neighbors lacked: patience born from persecution. As the first mining ships descended toward Kepler 442c's surface, the aliens celebrated their peaceful galaxy. The Vex Emperor boasted to his court about finally taming the human menace. The Keth elders spoke of a new age of harmony. The Ral merchants counted profits from trade routes no longer disrupted by human competition. None of them noticed the gradual disappearance of asteroid belts near human space. None detected the massive cargo ships moving in radio silence through the galactic rim. The humans had learned to be invisible, and they used this skill to gather resources on an unprecedented scale. The part ends with a chilling scene. Deep beneath Kepler 442c's surface, massive construction machines begin carving out chambers that will house weapons capable of destroying entire star systems. In the darkness of space, humanity works in absolute silence, forging their revenge one piece at a time. The great hollowing 5 years into the project, Kepler 442c no longer resembles a natural world. Engineer Paul oversees the massive excavation. As continent-sized mining operations strip away layers of rock and metal, the planet's surface is a maze of industrial complexes, foundries, and assembly yards that never sleep. Millions of human workers toil in shifts around the clock, transforming their new home into something unprecedented. The aliens remain blissfully unaware. Occasionally, a Vex patrol ship ventures near human space, but they find only empty systems and automated distress beacons claiming equipment failures. The humans have become masters of deception, making their territory appear worthless and abandoned while secretly conducting the largest construction project in galactic history. Dr. Lisa reports another breakthrough to the Project Council. The planetary core has been successfully replaced with a network of quantum fusion reactors, each one capable of powering a dozen star destroyers. The energy output is so massive that it requires careful management to prevent the planet from tearing itself apart. Heat dissipation alone required the construction of artificial mountain ranges designed to radiate excess energy into space. Meanwhile, weapons specialist Captain Rex demonstrates the first successful test of the planetary defense grid. Hidden beneath the planet's reformed surface are gun batteries that dwarf anything previously imagined. Each weapon emplacement is the size of a city, capable of firing projectiles at significant fractions of light speed. The test firing vaporizes an entire moon in a neighboring system. But the aliens attribute the destruction to a natural cosmic event. The most challenging aspect proves to be the propulsion system. Chief Engineer Maya explains to Admiral Tom that moving a planet requires technology that pushes the boundaries of physics. They've developed gravity manipulation drives that can literally bend space-time, allowing the planet to fall in any direction they choose. The side effects are incredible. The planet can accelerate faster than most starships, while its passengers feel no G-forces at all as construction progresses. Human society adapts to their underground existence. Cities are built within the planets, hollowed interior, connected by vast transportation networks. Children grow up never seeing natural sunlight, but they learn to operate planet-killing weapons as easily as their ancestors learned to drive cars. This generation knows they are being prepared for war on an unimaginable scale. The aliens continue their peaceful existence, occasionally wondering why human space has gone so quiet. Some Keth philosophers suggest that humans have learned their place and accepted exile gracefully. Vex military commanders congratulate themselves on solving the human problem without violence. The RAL continue profiting from increased trade now that humans no longer compete for markets. The part concludes with the pivotal moment, the first successful test of the planet's mobility. For just a few seconds, Kepler 442c shifts its orbit, moving several thousand kilometers before returning to its original position. The movement is so smooth that observers might think they imagined it. But in the command center deep within the planet, Admiral Tom and his staff know they've achieved the impossible. They have built a weapon that can travel anywhere in the galaxy, strike without warning, and disappear before enemies can respond. The awakening weapons 10 years after the exile began. The planet ship reaches operational status. Commander Jake, now promoted to Fleet Admiral, walks through the vast command center built within Kepler 442c's core. Thousands of officers monitor systems that span the entire planet. Each station controls weapons capable of destroying multiple starships, while the central command chair can direct firepower equivalent to an entire battle fleet. The planet's transformation is complete but invisible from space. The surface appears to be a normal world with cities, forests, and oceans. But beneath this carefully maintained facade lies the most devastating weapon ever created. Mountains conceal massive railgun batteries. Ocean floors hide torpedo launch systems that can fire planet-busting warheads across star systems. Even the artificial weather systems serve a military purpose, capable of generating electromagnetic storms to disrupt enemy sensors. Dr. Lisa presents the final weapons inventory to the War Council. The planet mounts over 10,000 major weapon systems, each one individually more powerful than most alien battleships. The primary armament consists of 12 Starbreaker cannons that can crack planets in half from extreme range. Secondary weapons include gravity mines that can trap entire fleets, and viral nanotechnology that can disable alien technology on contact. The human population has grown to 5 billion souls, all living within the planet's interior. They've created a completely self-sufficient society that can survive for centuries without outside contact. More importantly, they've raised a generation that has never known defeat or submission. These young humans see the aliens not as superior beings to be feared, but as obstacles to be removed. Intelligence reports filter in from human spy networks that never truly disbanded. Captain Rex, now head of reconnaissance, briefs the council on alien activities. The Vex Empire has grown complacent, reducing their military spending as they enjoy an era of peace. The Keth Dominion focuses on philosophy and art, letting their fleets decay in orbital shipyards. The RAL Federation has become so focused on profit that they've sold military secrets to whoever pays the highest price. The aliens have made a critical mistake. They've forgotten that humans are still out there, still watching, still planning. A pivotal moment arrives when a Vex exploration fleet accidentally discovers evidence of human activity near the Galactic Rim. Admiral Zek leads 3 battleships to investigate what they assume are primitive human Survivors scavenging among dead worlds. They expect to find refugees begging for mercy or hiding in caves. Instead, they find nothing. The human monitoring stations detect the Vex approach days in advance. Rather than revealing themselves, the humans simply disappear. Entire industrial complexes are dismantled and moved within hours. Artificial asteroid fields are repositioned to hide construction sites. When the Vex arrive, they find systems that appear completely empty except for some ancient debris. But Admiral Zek is more observant than most aliens. He notices that the debris patterns are too perfect, the asteroid positions too convenient. His sensors detect trace energy signatures. That suggests massive recent activity. He reports his suspicions to Vex High Command, warning that the humans might be planning something. Asterisk. His superiors dismiss his concerns. How could a species in exile pose any threat to the mighty Vex Empire? The humans had been crushed 15 years ago and sent running to the galactic rim like beaten animals. Even if they were building some primitive weapons, what could they possibly do against the combined might of 3 galactic powers? The part ends with a chilling scene aboard Kepler 442c. Fleet Admiral Jake stands before a massive tactical display showing the entire galaxy. Every major alien world, fleet base, and industrial center is marked and analyzed. Defense patterns have been studied for years. Supply routes are mapped in detail. Weaknesses have been identified and cataloged. The humans have spent 15 years in silence, learning everything about their enemies while revealing nothing about themselves. Now the planet ship is ready. The weapons are charged, and the human fleet hidden throughout the galaxy awaits orders. Jake gives a simple command: begin Operation Awakening. Across the galaxy, sleeper agents activate. Hidden supply caches are opened. Stealth ships begin moving toward predetermined positions. And in the depths of space, a planet-sized warship starts its engines and begins the long journey toward the galactic core. The silent storm. The attack begins without warning or declaration. Admiral Tom commands the planet ship as it emerges from hyperspace at the edge of the Vex home system. The massive world appears on Vex sensors like a rogue planet, its trajectory seemingly aimed at their sun. Vex astronomers initially treat it as a curiosity, stellar mechanics, sometimes send planets wandering between systems, but Admiral Zek recognizes the truth immediately. The wandering planet's course is too precise, its speed too controlled. He scrambles every available ship and sends emergency warnings throughout Vex space. But his superiors are slow to believe such an impossible threat. The Vex home fleet consists of over 3,000 vessels, including massive dreadnoughts that have never known defeat. They form defensive lines around their homeworld, confident that no enemy could penetrate such overwhelming firepower. Fleet Commander Dax broadcasts surrender demands toward the approaching planet, still not understanding what they face. The humans answer with action rather than words. Kepler-442c opens fire, while still 3 light hours from the Vex homeworld. The Starbreaker cannons charge up with energy readings that make Vex sensors scream warnings. When they fire, the beams are invisible until they strike their targets. The first shot vaporizes a Vex dreadnought, so completely that nearby ships don't even realize. It's gone until they check their formation displays. The second volley destroys 50 ships simultaneously. Gravity mines detonate throughout the Vex fleet, creating spatial distortions that crush entire squadrons. Viral nanotechnology spreads from ship to ship, causing alien vessels to turn their weapons on each other as their computers fall under human control. Captain Rex coordinates the assault from the tactical center, watching as decades of planning unfold perfectly. Every Vex ship position had been predicted, every defensive strategy anticipated. The humans strike with surgical precision, eliminating key vessels while preserving ships they want to capture intact. Within 2 hours, the mighty Vex home fleet is reduced to scattered debris and drifting hulks. But the planet ship doesn't stop at military targets. Dr. Lisa activates the atmospheric processors, weapons designed to strip away planetary atmospheres. In minutes, 3 Vex industrial worlds simply die as their air boils away into space. Billions of aliens perish before they understand what's happening across the galaxy. Similar scenes unfold as human sleeper fleets reveal themselves. The Keth. Dominion watches in horror as their ancient fortress worlds fall to weapons they've never imagined. Keth Admiral Varar sends desperate messages to his scattered fleets, trying to organize resistance against an enemy that strikes from nowhere and vanishes before retaliation is possible. The Ral Federation fares worst of all. Their merchant fleets, spread throughout the galaxy in pursuit of profit, become easy targets for human hunter-killer groups. Captain Maya leads a squadron of stealth destroyers that systematically eliminates Ral trade ships, cutting off the economic networks that hold their civilization together. The alien response is chaotic and uncoordinated. Each species fights independently, unwilling to share military secrets even as they face extinction. The Vex demand that the Keth provide fleet support, but the Keth refuse to weaken their own defenses. The Ral try to buy their way out of the conflict, offering massive bribes to human negotiators who simply ignore their communications. Within 6 months, human forces control half the galaxy. The planet ship serves as both weapon and mobile base, appearing in different systems without warning to deliver devastating attacks. No alien fleet can match its firepower, and no fortification can withstand its assault. The humans fight with ruthless efficiency, showing no mercy to species that showed them none. But the most terrifying aspect isn't the human military might, it's their complete silence. They don't respond to surrender offers, don't negotiate. Treaties don't even acknowledge alien attempts at communication. They simply arrive, destroy whatever they choose to destroy, and move on to the next target. The galactic news networks, those few still operating, struggle to understand what's happening. Where did these weapons come from? How did the exiled humans become so powerful? Some reporters theorize about secret alien benefactors or discovered ancient technology. But the truth is more frightening than any speculation. The humans did this themselves. With nothing but determination and 15 years apart ends with a pivotal scene on the Keth homeworld. Emperor Thal, the oldest and most respected leader in the galaxy, finally acknowledges the scope of the disaster. He sends a message on all frequencies, begging for negotiations, offering complete surrender, promising to restore humanity to galactic society with full honors. The message broadcasts into empty space, reaching human receivers but generating no response. The galaxy waits in terror, wondering if anything can stop the silent storm that was once dismissed as a minor irritation. The new galactic order, the war ends not with negotiation or treaty, but with simple exhaustion. After 18 months of relentless assault, organized alien resistance collapses. The Vex Empire fractures into dozens of smaller kingdoms. The Keth Dominion retreats to their core worlds and seals their borders. The Ral Federation dissolves as member worlds declare independence and beg for human protection. Fleet Admiral Jake finally breaks humanity's silence with a galaxy-wide broadcast from the bridge of Kepler 442c, whose message is simple and delivered. In multiple alien languages, the exile is over. New rules will be established. Compliance is not optional. The terms are harsh, but not genocidal. Each alien species must reduce their military forces to local defense fleets only. All discrimination against humans is forbidden, with violators facing immediate punishment. Trade agreements must favor human interests, and technology sharing becomes mandatory. Most significantly, humans establish monitoring stations in every major star system to ensure compliance. Dr. Lisa oversees the transition teams that take control of key alien facilities. The advanced alien technologies that once seemed so intimidating prove surprisingly vulnerable to human innovation. Within months, human engineers are improving upon designs that alien scientists took centuries to develop. The galaxy's new masters prove to be better at using alien technology than its creators. The planet ship becomes the mobile capital of human space, traveling from system to system to demonstrate continued human presence and power. Its weapons remain armed and ready, a constant reminder that resistance leads to destruction. But Jake also uses it to establish human colonies on worlds previously forbidden to them, turning the greatest weapon in history into a tool of expansion and settlement. Some aliens adapt quickly to the new reality. Captain Rex reports that many realm merchants eagerly seek human partnerships, offering their services and local knowledge in exchange for protection and trading rights. Younger Keth scholars travel to human universities, fascinated by the scientific advances their species missed during centuries of philosophical contemplation, but others resist in subtle ways. Vex nobility fund terrorist groups that attack human installations. Keth traditionalists spread propaganda claiming humans are unworthy barbarians who won through treachery rather than honor. These resistance movements face swift and overwhelming retaliation from human security forces. Admiral Tom establishes the New Order's military structure. Human fleets patrol space lanes once dominated by alien warships. The most advanced human vessels are crewed by volunteers from defeated alien species, their loyalty ensured through careful screening and generous rewards. Former enemies become effective subordinates when properly motivated. The transformation isn't limited to military affairs. Human companies quickly dominate galactic trade, using superior logistics and aggressive business practices to outcompete alien firms. Human settlers claim the best worlds in every system, while alien populations face relocation to less desirable planets. The species that once enjoyed galactic supremacy now live at human sufferance. But perhaps the most significant change is cultural. Human entertainment, literature, and philosophy spread throughout alien space. Young aliens learn human languages and adopt human customs. Earth's history becomes required study in schools. Across the galaxy, the species that was once branded as too violent and chaotic to participate in civilization now defines what civilization means. Engineer. Paul leads the construction of permanent human installations throughout the galaxy. Massive. Orbital stations, equipped with weapons nearly as powerful as the planet ship itself, serve as regional command centers. These installations can be built in months rather than decades, using techniques perfected during Kepler-4-2c's construction. The aliens who once dismissed humans as primitive realized too late that humanity's greatest strength was never there. Technology. It was their ability to adapt, learn, and improve at unprecedented speed. Given 15 years to plan in isolation, humans had studied every aspect of galactic civilization and found ways to do everything better. The story concludes with a ceremony aboard the planet ship as it orbits. The original Galactic Council chambers. Representatives from every species in the galaxy gather to sign the Treaty of Terran Supremacy, formally acknowledging human authority over galactic affairs. The same chambers where humanity was once banished now host their complete victory. Fleet. Admiral Jake addresses the assembled aliens with words that echo throughout history. You taught us that strength determines legitimacy. You showed us that the powerful make the rules while the weak obey them. We are grateful for these lessons, and we will apply them fairly to all species, including ourselves. Should we ever grow weak enough to deserve the same fate you intended for us? The galaxy that once slept peacefully while dismissing humanity, as an ignorant nuisance, now lives under the watchful eyes of the species they created through their own arrogance. The planet-sized warship serves as both protector and threat, ensuring that the new order remains stable and that humanity never again faces exile from the civilization they now control. In the end, the aliens got exactly what they wanted. A peaceful, orderly galaxy. They simply never imagined they wouldn't be the ones in charge of it. Asterisk.